Next, we'll be moving into another Horus Heresy book, this time in Volume 8, Malevolence. And this one's, of course, about our good old Hawk Boy, the golden Hawk Boy of the Imperium, Sanguinius. I'm gonna have to take a break after this one. But nevertheless, let's continue on this story. Surging forwards, the Blood Angel's vessel blasted a bloody path through the inner system, annihilating those few squadrons of Anaktor's defense fleet that remained and rained nucleonic fire onto every isolated outpost, leaving only ashes and fields of glass. The Anaktor responded in desperation, shielding military targets of civilian populations, launching suicide runs with more fire ships, and attempting further ambushes. All failed in the face of the Blood Angels' unleashed fury, and their ships enveloped Anactor Centralis, a brutal constellation of lights in the night sky. There they waited, while below the Iron Bulls rushed to man defenses, herding their people to form shields around gun platforms and fortresses, while the Blood Angels watched. Then, as dawn's purple haze colored the horizon, the Blood Angels fell from the sky, at their head a host of silver-masked Erlim, the Angel's Tears. They chose as their target the single largest force of the Iron Bulls marshalling in defense of their throne world, seeking to cut the heart from the enemy in a single stroke. Like meteors, the drop pods smashed home amid the Iron Bulls' lines, some opening like lethal flowers to reveal missile pods that spat flame and death, while others disgorged crimson-clad killers, their bolters roaring. With the formation of the enemy broken and his soldiers in disarray, the main force of the... I'm trying to remember my Latin numbers. The 9th Legion descended on fiery contrails, alighting at the battle's frenzied center and throwing themselves into the fray without hesitation. What had begun as a battle swiftly became a rout, and then a slaughter, as the Blood Angels pierced the heart of the enemy's formation and slew their command echelon, throwing the Iron Bulls into chaos. The enemy driven before them, the Blood Angels, without pausing to regroup or resupply, drove forwards relentlessly. Their sorrow concealed by the ornate mask of their order, and bound by the oaths they had sworn, the Erlim and their brothers swept across the planet like a crimson tide. Any who raised arms against them were slaughtered, for this was not to be a battle, a matching of wits and blades in honest combat, but instead a massacre. The Blood Angels brought forth those devices and munitions that Sanguinius rarely gave countenance to use of. The terror known as Phosphex, and the invidious curse of rad weapons. Cities became carnal fields of broken corpses. Forests and fields became cinders and ash, and the fortress, open and blackened wounds. Anactor Centralis was not conquered, but ruined. No man at arms was left alive, no stone left upon stone, and those of its people that survived the fighting would become serfs to labor in the belly of the Legion's ships, or in a distant manufactoria. Thus ended the fighting in Anoktar, a bloody tribute to the rage that still festered at the heart of the 9th Legion. The last of the Iron Bulls to fall did so at the hands of Sanguinius himself, who queued a path into the palace of that system's petty ruler alone, save for a small cadre of his sanguinary guard, as they deployed the last of the Iron Bulls in huge horned exoskeletal suit of rippling synthetic muscle and great diamond-toothed chain blades, thought to bar the great angel from his prize. But the Primarch was more than a match for such clumsy engines of war. Born through the air on white wings, now splattered in blood and gore. He swooped upon the ungainly suits, cleaving them apart or plucking them from the ground, only to release them in a plummet to their doom. Swiftly clearing his path to the throne room. There, the great angel himself dragged the quivering lordling from his throne and brought him forth to witness the ruin of his kingdom, the wrath of the emperor, and the price of his own treachery. Never mess around with blood angels, that's for sure. And it's a pretty good warning. Don't overstep your boundaries, because it's not gonna be good. Because when Sanguinius called for those weapons, boy did it hurt them, and their whole world, and their whole system in fact. So of course, don't screw Sanguinius.